So this game's pretty much over. It's 28-7 with 5 minutes to go. But I just want you to take a listen to what this announcer just said right now. No one's really watching this game right now, but I like to stick and watch some of these games because sometimes the announcers give out clues for upcoming games. But this guy just basically exposed Auburn for their first drive. He basically just said that Auburn scripted their first drive, and then after that, they couldn't do nothing. Okay, I noticed this with a lot of these big games. They'll always use this in this context. I don't understand why. It's like they're relating to what their playbook and their offense. But I always hear with these big schools. I never hear these announcers on these smaller schools use it in that context. But he basically says that Auburn scripted their first drive. Okay, so listen to what this announcer just said.
You know, the first drive was scripted. He kept Georgia off balance. Since then, nothing.
So did you just hear what he said? What the hell does he mean by that? Like, why would you even say that in that context?
You know, the first drive was scripted. He kept Georgia off balance. Since then, nothing.
So you heard it right there. The first drive was scripted for Auburn. Since then, nothing, because Auburn did score on their first drive. Okay? Well, not their first drive, but they scored on. They were the first team to score in the game. Okay, so I'll be making a video on this. This is pretty easy. You know, all the public money was taking Auburn, and they flipped the line. So what was happening was they were moving the line toward Georgia because the sharp money was bet in Georgia. So what happened was there was more sharp money, but less people betting on Georgia, but there was more public people betting on Auburn. So there was 10 out of 10, you know, 8 out of 10 tickets were taking Auburn, whereas maybe 2 out of 10 were taking Georgia, but there was way more money on Georgia than there was on the people betting on Auburn. So what was happening was they were the balance action right there. Okay, so for every two people would bet Georgia and equal, you know, maybe 10 tickets that Auburn were taking. Okay, so I'll be back with another video. Don't get sucked into these games. Do your research, because you know, these games will get you, these big games, if you don't know what you're doing. So comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video breaking this one down.